Hello. Ray here. I just wanted to go over this quick issue that I found when hypercompressing Reese or Neuro bases. I'll just play the sounds and then discuss the issue that I've come across. So we have this bass here. It's kind of squeaky. It's definitely coming in through pretty strong in my headphones, but I recorded this earlier in a video and it wasn't as strong in the video. So I think I'm going to record it and then boost it so it's a bit more obvious what it sounds like. And then I guess we can just cut part of the waveform. And then let's cut some more out. And we'll declick in. And then normalize. So if we cut this bass, whoops, we get this kind of squeak here, which is at the tail end of our bass, which is not desirable. So why is that? Well, here in the bass patch, I'm just doing some frequency and ring modulation to get a resound, which is actually kind of boring. Without the hypercompression, it sounds like this. So the hypercompression really adds a lot of character, but it also gives off all the squeaking. And the reason why it's squeaking, I'm guessing, I actually don't know for certain if this is why it is because I'm boosting the signal in multiple places. This one's actually a gate. Here's some distortion with gain applied, just some EQ sweeps that are modulated. And then here, this is really where I start to blow the signal out, mostly in the low end and on the master. Even with saturation, it's exploding. Then that's going through a soft clipper. It's getting squashed again with OTT, another EQ, and then, yeah, the signal is getting boosted again here. So with each compressor, I'm boosting the signal substantially, but there's an upper limit to the peaks with each compressor as I'm kind of limiting it at a certain step. However, I keep boosting the signal, so I'm raising the noise floor. And my guess at what this artifact is that because these time controls aren't set for instantaneous release, the noise floor is elevated when the sound kicks out, and so you get some leftover high-end crackling for that reason. I'm not entirely sure if that's the reason for the artifact, but that's my best guess at what the issue is. So how did I go about solving it? So here is the sound without the squeaking, and here it is with some modulation as well. So I did a few things to mitigate the squeaking. So I added this EQ here, and I have this high shelf, the gain linked to an envelope, and I think it's envelope 1. So there's this initial surge in the band, which adds a lot of brightness to the beginning of the tone. And there's also this quick time control that ducks the high end, which is primarily where that artifact that I was hearing was. But even after this step, I still noticed that there was a lot of residual squeaking. So I just took a fruity balance to get this gain knob. Really, you could do this with any plugin that has a gain knob. And then I attached an envelope to that. with a really quick time control, so the entire signal ducks. And my guess is that, see how instantaneous that is? It's ducking before the time controls on these Maximus instances finish. So I think it's able to just cut the noise floor quickly so that we don't have that residual squeak at the end of the sound. However, it also leads to a very abrupt stop, which doesn't sound very natural. I know it's not a natural sound. It's a neurobass, or the beginnings of a neurobass. So to kind of give it more of an organic feeling again, we just add a reverb, and that gives it a sense that it was actually recorded in a room or a studio. And it kind of recovers the tail that we had to get rid of that squeaking artifact that was in the high end. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much and you were able to follow that. I'm still getting used to trying to make tutorials and trying to stay focused on a topic and keep things moving at a brisk pace. So if you ever find that you're hypercompressing a bass and it's squeaking on the release, try these things out. Try to duck certain frequency bands with an envelope, or duck the overall signal. It gets rid of the entire tail end of the signal or the entire release. So make sure to recover that with reverb, which can also make the sound richer in general. And for most sounds, you should have at least one instance of reverb on the track to actually give it a sense of space, a sense of actually having been recorded. But it also in this case it helps recover what we had to take away to get rid of artifacts. So thanks for tuning in. I hope this was helpful, and I'll catch you later.